you had once again. Living this life in a way that I've changed.
All right. Marie, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I am living the dream. How are you doing, Dale?
I'm doing well. You know, it's Wednesday, so we're halfway through the week, and the way that my schedule works, sometimes everything is just intertwined with each other. So like I just literally went back to back 3 meetings, and now we got a scheduled podcast to connect with you. So this is kind of like a cool down time of my schedule. So I'm super excited to have you. How are you doing?
I'm great. Had the day off from my day job and was helping my kids doing their remote learning today. So playing the mom role today and taking care of business like we always do.
No, 100%. I think that's part of being a parent, right? Especially with everything that's happening now. It's almost like regardless of what you do for your career or whatever else thing that you're involved with, it's like the being present, it's almost to the next level of being there for your children, especially with, the hybrid stuff, the remote stuff, or the complete remote stuff. So I feel you on that. Like, man, I just got to get this workout, but I need something to motivate me. What song would you play? What's your go-to?
Oh man, I'm gonna have to say 2. So I'm a big Hamilton, the musical fan.
Okay.
So the song, I'm Not Gonna Let My Shot, that one is really great.
Awesome.
And then I like Lizzo, to be honest.
Lizzo. All right. I know she had her wave in 2019. So you're still bumping Lizzo.
I'm still bumping Lizzo.
That's awesome. That's great. Actually, I do want to go back to that Hamilton thing. Like a lot of people would never think like, a musical, a Broadway musical would be an inspirational track to get someone motivating while they're working out. Why is that song particular the one that you would pick to kind of help you get pumped up through your workout?
There's a song that our family likes to sing is Rise Up from Hamilton. And, if you don't know the story, it's about a Caribbean immigrant, Alexander Hamilton, who's one of our founding fathers, who emigrated into the United States to create a name for himself. And the song Rise Up, it really just mimics and mirrors a lot of what I feel like I went through growing up. And when I'm in those workouts, trying to lift those weights and feel like, the weights are like pushing against me, it gets me pumped up enough to just kind of push through it and do my thing.
How do you define your power, right? Mm. And then how do you utilize your power? How do you utilize your power within the construct of, your community, within the construct of different stuff that you're involved with? But I am really curious around like, how do you define your power? And has that changed over the years in terms of, what power do you think you have within the environment that you're in, within the community that you're in? And so I'm just fascinated by that. So was that a good description to set you up here?
That was deep, man. That was deep. All right. I think agency, I would qualify that with agency and urgency. Mm. So, for me, I have always recognized that I have the gift of speech. I have the gift of when I speak that people want to hear what I have to say. And that has been ongoing since I was very young. I remember having strangers come up to me on the street when I was 10, 11 years old, and then just sharing their heart with me. So I recognize that wasn't necessarily a gift or a talent that everybody had. So with that, I feel an obligation to make sure that I use that agency, that gift of speech and of communication, to be a beacon and to be a light post for those who may not have a voice.
And everybody has that gift to be able to communicate, but also create a space and energy that allows others to connect with you. Like, when did you recognize it, but like, when did you actualize it? When did you take that in to be like, yo, this is something that I actually have, like, this is something part of me? And how did you cultivate that over time?
So I think that I had recognized it for a long time, but I really did not internalize that until just a few years ago. And I'll tell you why. I think part of the difficulty for me in activating my agency and recognizing my internal strength are the narratives that were pushed on me about who and what kind of roles I should be playing as a Black woman, as a young physician, as a young entrepreneur, as a leader. So a few years ago, I recognized, and maybe I think what spurred it on actually was the recurrencies of deaths of unarmed Black men and women in 20.